Hello and fuck cape shit. Welcome to another episode of Shittywebcomics Weekly, brought to you by our Subscribe Star backers. If you want to know the truth or just support us, donate to us on Subscribe Star. You'll get access to the secret videos that talk about the stuff nobody else wants you to know about. If you don't want to know the truth and want to stay in the dark, don't donate to our Subscribe Star. But just quickly, continuing off with XKCD and the adventures of how much he desperately loves Megan so much that he's willing to fucking do things that may be a little peculiar. But anyways, getting to the next edit, this one is not an original XKCD one. This one's an edit, but it would have been funnier if this was an XKCD
I mean,
comic.
it's an edit, but I mean, these panels are exactly the way they fucking were presented originally.
Yeah.
Except I think there's like one removed or something.
Maybe.
If this is the tombstone one.
Yeah, the text has changed. And the top one is a girl saying to a guy, I think we should just stay friends. And then fucking next panel is just a tombstone. And underneath it, it says, sleep with me, Megan, you bitch. Now, if you don't remember from the last episode, Megan was somebody that Randall Munroe kept putting into his comics as the female stick figure, first love interest. It seems like he broke up with her. They broke up after he started the comics and fucking did a couple comics about her. Either that, or they broke up before he started doing the comics, and he put her in as a love interest because he was pining for her so hard. And then eventually he was like, you know what, fuck this bitch. And fucking... So a lot of them making fun of XKCD is based on
just
this.
like generic. He doesn't name her as Megan, although it's always drawn as the same. But fucking, it's like non-specific.
Yeah, the female stick figure usually is always implied to be Megan because it's always drawn as the exact same way. But this one is an edit, and again, it shows how the people who were just starting to make fun of him were always revolving around stuff involving Megan. In fact, the tombstone implies that he kills her because he wants her to sleep with him or something.
Well, I mean,
or that he dies pining
that he kills himself.
Yes.
Because they fucking
and he thinks surely this will get her to sleep with him. Maybe it did. Maybe this will work.
No, he'll kill himself. The original, though, had some other panels between these two.
Yeah, I guess. I don't remember the original at all
because I don't remember the original.
This one is matter. Sleep with me, Megan, you bitch, is seared into my memory as fucking...
Beyond the original. The original, I don't remember what happens originally.
It's my opening line for talking to any woman, basically. Sleep with me, Megan, you bitch.
Even her name isn't bitch. Or Megan. Her name isn't even bitch.
Her last name is you bitch, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway.
Her middle name is you.
Yes.
And her last name is...
Was she Chinese or something?
It's just Chinese. She's probably a hot Asian.
Yeah, speaking of which, going to the next one now was clearly escalating the hijinks of these edits when it came to how he felt about Megan and how he wanted to
again, this
react.
one is like almost just directly ripped from the comic, except with some extra text added on top and bottom.
And I mean, I think the text is replaced in the actual comic too, but it starts with just The Adventures of Randall the Pervert, episode 6, and then it's like two cops, and one goes, "What happened here?" and the other cop just says, "Murder, suicide," and it's like taped off area with a bunch of blood and a hammer, and underneath it just says, "See you in hell, Megan." And it's like, wow, the XKCD's getting kind of wild now, isn't it?
Wow, fucking this is actually interesting for a change.
Yeah. You can tell all the text.
This was originally what the comic. It was more than this, but the fucking this was the original panel except for the text.
Yeah, you can tell the text is replaced because it's not anti-aliased.
Anti-aliened.
Yeah, anti-alien. It's a little kind of pixely. I could tell by seeing quite a few pixels in my time. Where? I don't know. The next one, it just says, it's the guy in hat, who I think was supposed to be the author self-insert officially after a while. But it just says, Megan, I will rape.
This one is totally. This is totally the actual comic.
This is the original for sure comic. Now, I
And yeah,
think
he's
this one.
wearing a fedora.
I
He's
think
wearing a fedora. That's important.
it's like a flat fedora. It's more like a straw hat, or a skimmer, perhaps.
Yes.
Sort of like LaFour's had in Mallrats.
Or the fucking guy from
Or LaFour's in fucking Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
or LaForge.
Or Geordie
George
LaForge, perhaps.
Jordan
Even. Who
LaForge.
would have thought? But yeah, I think I did this one because it was in response to all these fucking bizarre, like, just Megan insanity, and he's like, he wants to kill and rape and eat, or
He's so
something.
obsessed with her. He's clearly obsessed with her that this is the natural progression
Yes,
from that.
this is where the comic should go, is just a single panel of him pointing at her and saying, Megan, I will rape.
He's standing behind her while she's sitting in a chair.
Yeah, this one is another classic. It's
Another classic.
this is Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom, where he's on the rope bridge and fucking, but he says, "Prepare to meet Megan in hell." And this one was a direct response. I actually drew this one, not very well, of course, but it's XKCD. Who gives a shit? But it's in direct response, of course, to the "See you in hell, Megan." As soon as I saw this, the only thing I could think of was "Prepare to meet Megan in hell." Um, which and there's guys with spears. Fucking what? What do they have to do with Megan? I don't know. But oh yeah, and then fucking this one is another one I drew, and it says again, "Sleep with me, Megan, you bitch," because again,
Yeah,
that just was so burned into my fucking mind at that
the
point.
title is "Sleep with Me, Megan, comma you bitch."
And
So that you don't confuse it with Megan, you bitch as her name.
yes, see, that has proper punctuation. That's very important.
It's going to be very important to the story of this comic here.
Yeah, but just to read it off, it just says, "Suddenly I see a Megan that I don't like. Walked over to her and said, 'What's up?' The first Megan that I saw hit her in the jaw. Ren started stomping her, and so did E. By that time, we got rushed by security out the front
Yeah,
door."
especially the first panel is him just seeing a Megan in the
Just
distance, and then panel
he
two
sees
is
a Megan in the wild, and
a
then
wild Megan in
and
nature.
the
And
second
so
panel is just punching her.
the second panel just blasts her right in the fucking
Yes.
chops, blasts her right in the snout.
And then out the door, but we don't quit. Ren said, "Let's start some shit. I
Oh
gotta."
no, also the Red started stomping her, so did E. Just two other guys are also just kicking her while she's lying on the ground.
Where do they come from? Are they related to Randall
Who's
Monroe?
Red?
Who
Who's
cares?
E? I don't know, but they're fucking kicking the fuck out of her.
They're beating the shit out of Megan, and but it's about to get worse. I got a shotgun, and here's a plot: taking Megan out with a flurry of buckshot. Boom, boom, boom. Man, I was gunning. Then all you see is Megan running and falling and screaming and pushing and cussing. I stepped back and I kept bussing, etc. And it just,
That's
I intentionally drew it as cutting off at the edge there, but
also it's just the little vignette, the montage of the Megan.
of the Megan falling. And apparently, I did this in the incorrect order. It's like falling and pushing and screaming. I think you were the one who pointed that. It's like those aren't the words. It's not accurate.
Not how the song goes originally.
It's not actually the song. Actually, and it's like,
It's not like that's
fuck,
really that important.
fuck.
Does it really matter that much?
But it does. It's a fucking.
It's
Anyways,
important
yeah,
to get it right. It's important that you gotta say it's gotta be in the song.
it's got to be in the song.
Nowadays, I guess you could fucking replace Megan with Neanners.
Yes, you could replace Megan with Neanners. That's it, because that starts with an N.
That is the new N word. Is
What-
Neanners.
One of the things, though, is the first panels. Suddenly, I see a Megan that I don't like. The line before that is the whole reason that I did this. Is because the line before that, one of my favorite lyrics in all of music history, is "Dumbass hooker ain't nothing but a dyke." And suddenly I see a Megan that I don't like. It's actually a great rhyme, even.
Yeah,
Um,
it's just a perfect, just some lyrical flow. It's fucking mind blowing.
I unironically still love NWA,
Yeah, they're fucking. It
especially
is.
that first
It's
album.
surprising to think this many years after the fact. It's like, you know what? This stuff was actually well made.
Yeah, they're actually good at
We were
lyrics
laughing
and
when we
stuff.
were kids at this stuff,
Yes.
but I didn't realize. I thought that this was normal for music.
Yeah, I thought this was what every rap song. I was disappointed when the rest of rap music wasn't even up to this standard.
I mean, that's also kind of what happened as gangster rap all became like this, and not all of them were as good.
Yeah,
It's all standard they couldn't reach.
even the stuff that Dre did, like I didn't think Snoop was that. Snoop was actually not that bad, but it
Yeah, I
just was
like
such a
Snoop.
step down. I didn't think it was as
I
good.
like I like Snoop, but what's he doing?
Well, yeah, come on, Snoop. Hey, Snoop, come on. What's going on? Anyways,
Come on.
we will continue on with more of this in the next episode. So again, if you want to support or fund these episodes or get access to a bunch of really good other videos and deep lore, and there's legitimately tons of videos on our Subscribe Star that are completely exclusive.
In fact, I'm thinking I was talking about how we should make some clips from
Yeah,
some of those, or make the oldest ones and fucking post them. Actually, make them public.
yeah, the
The
ones
oldest
from
ones.
like a year or two ago, maybe make those.
Yeah.
I don't know, or at least make some clips of those and say, "Here, this is some of the older stuff." There's
Yeah,
a
here's the
lot
stuff.
of legitimately good. There's a lot of deep
Just
dives and fucking.
brilliant,
There's shit
brilliant.
that nobody talks about. You won't see anyone talk about, but if you do, it will be years later, and
I
it'll be
still go
everyone
back.
else will be agreeing with us
I
years
go back and
later.
I re-listen to some of our stuff because even re-listening to things that we said
Ah, it's
is
so good.
often better than a lot of other people's new stuff.
Yeah, and don't and also all of culture is downstream from Shitty Webcomics, so therefore, you should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.